Hey everybody. It's Wednesday. That means I'm doing some work on the layout. I'm just gonna set something up here real quick. Just want to be able to see the chat, and because I'm doing it with my phone there. Gotta find. Where is it? I don't know why it's not coming up. That's very odd. Hmm. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, we've got everything trains. We've got on the rails with Ryan, Anfield Road, Ontario Northland. Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. And yeah, we're here. This is a section that I've been working on this past week. More or less trying to get things done, trying to get, the scene and whatnot done before I put the module back up to here and it goes across just above it. Basically, I'm going to do some plaster cloth. I'm going to fill all this in, and it goes all the way around here. I know you can't really see it. You basically see it to probably about here where the tunnel is, but it does go this way. Just a couple of things to note. So basically, from my old layout, I had a huge rock wall. It kind of went around a bend, and I really liked it. And when I had to move, I kept it. So this is a big part of it here, and there's another section of it over here. I had a lot of issues trying to figure out what to do in this area, and then I remembered that I had it, and I was placing things around, trying to figure it out. I got it worked in for the most part. I'll put the plaster cloth in front of it and above it, and then I'm going to go over with actual plaster after that dries to kind of, blend it in a little bit better, and we'll see what happens if that works or not. Hopefully it does. And then scenic it and whatnot. Hopefully it looks good. And then I'll be able to put the grass and whatnot. I'll probably do little touch ups throughout it with like the rocks and all that. But basically just finishing the look. I've got a nice tunnel portal here that I got for my birthday. And that's in place. The track is ballasted here, just on the inside. So that's already good. So I can basically cover that. I got fascia up yesterday, just for the entire front of this here. I've got one of my switch machine buttons. So there's a switch machine under here. And the power button for it is right here. So once I get all this plaster cloth and finished, I'll be able to go ahead and I'll be able to paint this and I'll get the little lines here painted for the switch machine so that that's good to go. But more or less, I'll be focusing on this. Yeah, let's get started. David Z to G, how's it going? Oh wow, you're still watching the virtual trains? Yeah, that was a neat project that I did back in, what was that, January or February? February. Yeah, I was really thrilled about that. Hopefully you enjoy it. A lot of work, time, and effort, and all that went into that. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoy that. And I hope to do another one again at some point. So, we'll see how that goes. So I've got two different kinds of plaster cloth that I'm using here. Both are from Michaels. Michaels is a craft supply store, if you're not familiar. And one seems like, obviously that's a little bit stiffer, and it actually feels like almost like an industrial grade plaster cloth, if there's such a thing as an industrial grade plaster cloth. And then I've got this other stuff, also from Michaels, and it almost feels like it's cloth. I'm not sure how well this will work, but I've got it cut into bigger sections here so that I can do a larger section at a time. And this is almost like the stuff that they use for casts, or at least they used to use for casts. I'm just kind of trying it out here to see if it's any good. Although the other one is, I find, to be a lot better, and it has a lot more, yeah, it has a lot more coverage to it. So I think what I would do is that I would use the good stuff first, cover a larger section, and then I'd come back with the other stuff here, the stuff that's not as thick, and then do that as like an over cover, which is totally fine. I don't mind doing a couple of levels or a couple of layers of this stuff. Just makes it stronger. Now I am filming from my phone right now, so that's why it seems like it's way over there, and I've got my computer going so I can kind of see. How's it going, Boulder Creek? But yeah, you guys can chat away and whatnot. If you guys have any questions, you know, I can definitely answer anything that you might have. But I thought I'd get some work done. I was going to film, you know, do the whole film clips, put them together, and then put a video, but it's kind of hard to do that with plaster all over your hands. I don't know if anybody's ever tried, but I don't recommend it. So just thought I'd do it this way. It's easier. I always tend to cut big pieces and little pieces, especially if you're working in a variety of different areas. Like if it's just open field like this here, I use the bigger ones. But in certain areas where it does require a bit of a smaller cut, then yeah, definitely the smaller cloth does come into play a lot there. Yeah, the lives do tend to be more fun. There's a lot more interaction and whatnot. And plus, if I mess up, then you can see how not perfect I am. But at the same time, if I'm doing it live and I don't mess up, then it seems like, wow, that really wasn't hard, right? So, and that's what I strive for. I don't want to complicate things. I don't want to make things harder than what it needs to be, minus the 3 levels to the layout. But that was a tough call as it is. So, results may vary. So right now I'm just building around the abutment here, and I'm doing this large area because I tend to work from one end and then go to the other. That's just how I do things. Yeah. Now, hopefully, this layout does last 15 years, especially with the fact that, you put enough, time and effort into something, you kind of want it to stick around for a while. Doing the cardboard for this it was quite relaxing, um, except for having cut out all the cardboard and glue all the cardboard. But even the cardboard, it holds up really well. So there's so many different ways to do this, but I find that if you're doing or trying to cover a larger area, it might be less expensive to do it this way than getting a big piece of foam and then having to do all that. I don't know. It feels that way, anyways. It feels that it's cheaper. Sorry, not cheaper, but less expensive, I should say. Hey Ty, how's it going? Ontario Railfan Productions, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, or the live, whatever you want to call it. Just hard at work here. As the title suggests, I'm getting stuff done, because I want to try to finish as much as I can of this layout. Not really in a short amount of time. I'm not in a rush in that sense, but there's a lot of things that I need to do on the lower level before I progress to the second level, and then there's going to be lots of stuff I have to do on the second level before I progress to the third level, and so on and so forth. So I'm just knocking a few things off the list, and this is one of those things. Good old plaster cloth. Yeah, I think for a roll of this stuff, the good stuff, it's normally $17 at Michael's. At $17 Canadian, and I mean, it's what I've used. What feels like always. And then obviously you can totally go onto the Michael's website, get a coupon, save like 30 or 40 and sometimes 50%. So that's when I really grab, a few rolls, because it doesn't go a long way. It's you do need quite a bit, especially for a section like this. I've got 2 rolls right now that I'm working through here. I've already pre-cut everything, so. And I feel like it covers nicely. So does what it's supposed to do. Hope everybody's enjoying their Wednesday. Well, I have you. I want to let you know or remind you. Tomorrow's Thursday. That's for Third Rail Thursdays. That's the day of the week that me and a couple of the other guys that do the GVO, we always do go live on a Thursday. Typically, the second Thursday of the month is my week, so you'd be back on this channel here at 8 o'clock at night. But there's an extra Thursday this month, so we decided, and we asked one of our good friends. His name is Chris as well. Chris W. Now that's D-U-B-Y-A, not the letter W, but basically it would be a W. That's what the hidden thing is there. He's going to be doing the not GVO, but Third Rail Thursday tomorrow. So if you guys look him up, if you don't already subscribe, do me a solid and give him a follow. And he'll be going live tomorrow night as part of the Third Rail Thursday team or group, whichever, whatever you want to call it. You can tell this is scripted. Not really, but hey Tyler, how's it going? Hey Bubs, how's it going as well? Can you post a link for Big CW or Chris W's channel in the chat there for me? My hands are like you know. So if you don't mind, if you got a second. I know you're a busy guy, but it's going. Apparently we're going from being in a minor lockdown into a major lockdown as of tonight at midnight. So that's always fun. But I mean, like, I work from home anyways, and I don't really go anywhere anyways. So I don't really, like, it doesn't totally affect me like it would most other people. I'm not really surprised and all that, but that's Ontario. It is what it is. Ah, Chris W is in the chat there. Hey Chris, how's it going? I hope you're ready and excited for your live tomorrow. I thought I'd jump on here today and do some work because it's got to get done. I wish I had a hand though. I really wish that someone would come help me and give me an extra set of hands. There's always something to do here. Always something to do. Otter Valley, well, apparently they're going to be curbside pickup until May 8th. So you won't be able to actually go in. Just seen that on the old Facebook. Unfortunately, yeah, this lockdown's got everybody suffering, so. Now you guys know that I'm normally in the know with the things going on in the somewhat of the industry. I guess you could say in the railroad industry, model railroad industry. I should be very precise about that. So you guys know I buy from Otter Valley like all the time. There's some stuff coming our way or Otter Valley's way, and it's going to be available to all of you. Can't tell you what it is, but lots of cool things happening with them. So if you don't normally buy from them, it'd be something that would be definitely beneficial to you. You can check them out, OVR.com, OVRtrains.com, sorry. I feel like they've got the best price. No, they don't have any discount codes. Their price is already pretty low. When I compare it to other stores in the GTA, Locomotives are usually at least $50 cheaper, and rolling stock, some rolling stock is 20 to $30 cheaper sometimes, depending on what it is. There's certain things that are kind of a standard price, which is like cork and track and stuff like that. But they're locomotives. Like for a DCC sound locomotive, I usually pay $305 to $310, where other stores in the GTA will charge in and around $350, $360. So when I suggest something like that, it comes with some, you know, high recommendation. I'm not gonna BS you guys. I'm gonna tell you what it is. And yeah, that's it. I mean, like I've shopped at a number of different locations, and I mean, basically where I've landed is Otter Valley. You know, they've got the whole mom and pop shop thing going on, and they really value you as a customer. You know, at this point, I'm basically family. But yeah, no, they've been quite good to me over the years, and probably the reason why I have so many trains is because of the fact that their prices are way cheaper than other places. So. Whereabouts is Dundas Valley Hobby? Oh, and it's Harrison's birthday. When is it? When is his birthday? It's so hard for me to keep track of everyone's birthday. He's probably like 30 minutes away from where I live, just over on the Quebec side, where I'm on the Ontario side. Do, do, do. There's a certain point where I'm doing this, and it always happens, and I think it's because I'm standing too long and I'm doing a lot of leaning. Then my back starts hurting, and then my old age starts showing. Is it hard to believe that he's almost at 30K though? Yeah, sometimes like if it says something like if I need some track, or if I need I don't know, it really depends on what it is. Like cork or something. If I don't want to spend the money to get it mailed to me. There's a couple of shops that are in the Ottawa area that I'll run to and I'll grab it. You know, sometimes I don't want to wait the 3-4 days and I want to get work done like right now or ASAP. Okay, I'm almost done this one section here, which is great. I'll be excited when I can start having some of my friends come over to run trains. It's exciting because I think that all of the people that I do run trains with, they all run something a little different, you know. So I have to make sure that the layout can handle these different things, such as larger locomotives or longer cars, or you know, in the case of, like, let's say Brandon uses auto racks, so I got to make sure auto racks, or not auto racks, intermodal. So I got to make sure that intermodal will travel the layout. Thanks, Windows security. Thanks for nothing. Okay, so that's looking okay. And around this is okay. Okay. I guess it's okay. So the next section that does become a little bit more tricky, I'll call it tricky. It's really just a pain in the butt. Now you'll notice that I did put some blockers up here, right around here. I call it a blocker, but it's just to protect the backdrop. I don't think I did that on my last layout. Or I did, but it didn't work all that well. So now I use the packaging from Walther's products, believe it or not. So I've got like cardboard, and then you just slide it in, and I'm basically reusing it, because the kit will come in, I will build the kit, and then I've got all this cardboard, so I will use it or recycle it, and it has a new purpose, and that's to protect my backdrop. Yeah, I think I'd lose followers if I started singing, I gotta be honest with you. This is totally break into song moment, but no Mary Poppins. So. This was such a daunting area to work on. It'll be fine, but man, I thought that I could just you know, do it like part of it and then leave it until like very last. I've got a couple areas like that actually, like the other side of this wall here where my workstation is, where my dumping ground is. That'll probably be one of the last sections I do, just because obviously first off I'm working from home, so I need to leave my computer there, and also it's just like it's gonna be such a tough area for me to kind of sort out until I like know 110% what I'm doing with it. I have a rough idea, but it's so vague that, you know, when I look at it now, it'll probably won't look like how I want it to, or it won't look how I imagined it. But in most cases, I'm usually pretty good with that stuff. Also, seeing all this from this angle and also looking at my computer, which is up here, and then seeing what I have covered, it really helps. It's good to see it in two different ways here. That way I can get an idea of what still needs to be covered and how it actually looks, how you guys are seeing it. Like, did I miss a spot kind of deal? Hey, Split Rock, how's it going? Welcome. So my my 1 year of working on this layout is almost up. It'll be in July. I've been doing this for 9 months. It actually came up the other day as to how much I've accomplished in such a short amount of time. And I gotta be honest with you, I have no idea how I accomplished as much as I have in a short amount of time. I think at the beginning when I was doing the bench work and stuff, I did have help with that, which really, like, you know, that pushes you along rather quickly, right? Because it's tough to do a lot of the bench work, and I'm working with 2x4s and whatnot, so to be able to get through that real quick. Loco Force, evening from England. How is England doing today? Oh, you got the switcher? I totally, like, somebody sent me a picture of it, and I was like, do I get it? Do I not get it? Obviously, I didn't get it. I was very on the fence. I had a couple of them at one point, but that was like years ago. And I find that when I buy a locomotive in DC, I always tell myself, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade it at some point. I'll put DCC sound in it and all that other fun stuff, and then I never do. So I don't know. I find that I'm more of a fan of just buying the stuff already with sound and whatnot. Otherwise, I find that I never make that upgrade. Bubs actually has a cool one where he added rotary beacons to the top of it and sound and all that. Did a really good job. Dun dun dun. I don't know where you live, but those are cool. They were used. The real one was used in Montreal. And I believe that there's 3 numbers to choose from. And I don't think that they're still in service, but they were used in the Montreal yard. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think they might have been, I guess, DCC ready. But I mean, like, I have to run sound. Like, it's just it's the way I am. I love the sound locomotives. It just adds so much more to it. Can't help it. So you guys can kind of see I'm moving along here really quick now. Getting a little bit further as we go. And I'm going to start to cover the tops here, just where the top of the rock formation starts. And then I'm going to do some heavy blending, like a Bob Ross. I'm going to go all Bob Ross on this. And then I'm going to paint the brown and then add a seagull, and it'll be neat. I think I have like a bunch of GP40s. It's one of my favorite, like the GP40-2 and the F40PH is those are my two favorite locomotives. So I've got like a bunch. I've got two of the Ontario Northland ones, and then a couple of CN Athearn Genesis. They do a really good job with that. And then obviously for my F40 is pure Rapido. I think I've got about like 5 or 6. And growing. There'll probably be more. Hopefully. Oh, geez, Dwight. I mean, come on, man. Snip, snip, snip. No, I'll have to get my cast cutter out and, you know, remove it. Yeah, no. It's too late now. I've come too far. In fact, after I put the first piece on, I could basically have said, I've come too far. There's just so much to do. And at this point, there's no turning back now. Oh, right on. Yeah, I had an Atlas Go Transit GP40, but I did a lot of comparison between the Atlas and the Athearn version of the same locomotive. So yeah, I was very like, should have gotten the Athearn. So I sold it, and I just haven't bought a new one yet, because I know that the F59 Go Transits are going to be out real soon, like probably within the next 4 months, 4 or 5 months. Fingers crossed, of course. So I'm like, why buy one of those when I'm going to buy, like, I'm planning on getting at least 3 of the F59s. Hopefully I'm able to, but hopefully. Number 557. Right on. I can't remember for the life of me the numbers. The numbers of the ones that I wanted to get. But I wanted to get 2 of the normal looking ones, and then the one special looking one where it says Go Transit, like halfway up the side. You know which one I'm talking about. But yeah, so that's the 3 right there. And if I can only get the 1, then whatever. Or if I can get 2, at least, hopefully at least 2, then I'll get 1 of each. But I wouldn't mind a whole fleet. Hey Mark, how's it going? Every time somebody join the chat or something. I mean, yeah, it might get annoying, but at least it's like, you know, oh, then you see who joined, and then you can greet them without having to go through the chat to be like, who's talking. Yeah, it's tough. That when it comes to the locomotives and even the like even the cars for the Go Transit or any other passenger car and stuff like that. It's not cheap. It's you know I'm lucky to have some disposable income in that sense where I can buy some stuff. But hello from Poland. Wow. I've got some people from England, some people from Poland. How is it going, everybody? I didn't know that I could stretch that far. I'm all the way in Canada, doing my Canadian style layout. I don't do these lives as often as I'd like because I'm usually either quite busy or I just pre-film a whole bunch of clips and then mash them together. So if you do like watching these, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Give us a thumbs up, and I'll try my best to do more of these because I enjoy doing them as well. I like the interaction and talking with everybody. And we've got West Virginia in the house. Rail Artist, how's it going? How are you today? I like how easy doing plaster cloth is. It's the smallest thing that everyone can do, and it makes the biggest difference for your layout. The rolling hills and all that stuff. And I think either way, whether you're doing it this way or you're carving foam, either way it's messy. I gotta be honest with you. I've carved foam before, and that stuff sticks to you, and you can't get rid of it. It's in the carpet. It's in your hair. The cat. Like I'll see my cat running around, and there's like foam stuck to her. And it's so that or getting plaster all over your hands, and then just washing your hands after. So to each their own, but I picked this one over the phone any day. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm probably more than good, but I don't want to oversell it. I'm working on my trains, so it's always a good time. Always a good time when I'm in the train room. Yeah. The foam cutter, it helps, right? I don't have one. I normally just cut everything by knife, but even with that, right, like you're still shaving it down, still end up making somewhat of a mess, right? But it's all good. Everybody has there's 100 ways to do everything. So I always like seeing everybody else's version of well, how would you do this, and it inspires. This is just me trying to show you my method, and if you try it out, cool. If you like it, even better. but I use a couple of different methods, to be honest with you. It really depends on the scene and the area. Again, this is a huge area, and this stretches all the way from that end all the way down to here, and it's all like somewhat of a rolling hill. There's hill to it, and then obviously I got my bridge and whatnot, but it's just it makes it so much easier than if I was to do this out of foam. I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Oh, the foam cutter doesn't create the static? Oh, neat. Okay, so yeah, even I'm learning something new. I did not know that. That's good information. Yeah, it's true. It's almost, and there's a couple of different versions of this, but listening to trains, listening to the sounds of the train, I guess the reason why I like having locomotives and whatnot with sound is it's because it's almost like a sensory thing, there's different ways that you can calm the mind and whatnot, and some of it is by touch, some of it is by sound or smell or even taste, and I mean, to me, just the sound of locomotives and the click clacking. I love the click clacking. The track and whatnot. It's very relaxing to me, and it's very calming. Calms the mind. Unless I'm stressing about doing stuff like this, then it's like anxiety to the max. But for the most part, it's good. I think that's why I enjoy doing this so much. But yeah, most of the time if I'm working on something like when I was doing all this cardboard weaving and all that, like I had my music playing and I'm down here just chilling out, and sometimes you need that, We're all human. We all go through stresses and the work week and all that. So this is just that turning off the switch, more or less. I mean, like it's really easy, and really affordable. Cardboard. I don't know how many boxes I have in my back room. I do a lot of shipping. I do a lot of receiving because I buy so much stuff online. I have no reason to go anywhere, so everything is basically purchased online. And obviously it comes in a box. It's a free box. So I just cut it up and use all the strips, and away you go. And then obviously like dollar store glue gun. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be pro. It does the same thing as a pro one. I mean, sure, there's heat, whatchamacallit ones where you can monitor how hot it is and all that, which is fine. I got one of those too. The glue sticks are a little bit bigger, but it's a whatever thing. I prefer just using the cheapo one. In the couple of years that I've been doing layouts hardcore like this, I might have gone through maybe 2 glue guns, which is not bad for the amount that you're using it and whatnot. Look at that. Look how much I've done. I'm flying here. Wow. Okay. That looks neat. I'm almost through one entire roll, if that makes sense, if y'all have been following. I have 2 rolls that I cut up, and basically what you see right now, what I have done so far, it's almost been one entire roll, just to kind of give you an idea how far this one roll actually goes. And my back is on fire. Funny. K-pop. No, no K-pop. Mark, when are you doing some work on your layout? Reach for the sky. I don't think I'm tall enough. Believe me, people have been telling me to reach for the sky for years. And that's a joke. It's a terrible joke. But oh, sounds like the family's home. My wife took my kids to the park as they will be locked in for like the next month. So one final hurrah. And then yeah, that's all that. Ah, okay. Yeah, there's the two different kinds that like I was telling about before. There's one kind here that I get, or that I normally get. It's a little bit of a stiffer um, plaster cloth, which feels more like an industrial kind of grade. And then there's this other stuff here, which is more like what you would use on a cast, because it's more of a cloth. It literally feels more like a plaster cloth type feel to it. I'm trying to use the thicker stuff first because it's more durable. And someone was also saying that the thicker stuff will last a lot longer on the layout. It ages better, I guess. I just, ow, I just felt everything crack inside my back. I already had a bad back before the layout. I used to do a lot of extreme sports, and falling on your back and concrete and stuff is, I mean, it's fine when you're young. I used to bounce, bounce right back up. You fall, you get back up. But now, being an adult, not so much. If I fall, I'm down for a good hour. Trying to make this plaster cloth go a long way is really tough, despite the fact that I feel like I still did somewhat of a decent job trying to get most of this covered. Doing all right. No, unfortunately I don't bounce. Took one too many falls when I was younger. Okay, so I'm totally out of the one plaster cloth now, the one roll, and I'm kind of stuck using this other stuff now. Let's see how well it works compared to the other. I mean, either way, it's gonna get used. Gotta use it, paid for it, so might as well. I find that it doesn't stay stretched out as well. So it's harder to kind of. It's fine. It'll be fine. I'm just complaining. I'm just picky. That's all it is. Hey, mainline. Yeah. Were you not working today? Normally you miss whenever I do a live. It's all good. Work is important. Just gonna try to get this in here as much as I can. There we go. You missed it though. I just did all this. All this in one go. And I'm happy to get it done because it definitely needs to be done. And once it's done, I can put up the module that's like right above here for the second level, and I can continue on through. Yeah, so I'm really excited to do this stuff. Also, I love doing scenery too. I don't know if I've mentioned that maybe like half a dozen times, but the sloping track area, lower right corner. Are you talking about where the this right here? Is this what you're talking about? I mean, it's got to continue on this way. I'm focusing more on like that way. Unless you're talking about this. No, you said lower, so this one, right? I don't know. There's so much to do. Could probably. There we go. Unless that might have been what you were talking about, that piece there. Yeah, because it was like the other stuff and it was really thin. So there we go. I'll also lay another piece over that. To kind of. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, it was that. I have to put another piece here because that looks ridiculous. Okay. Again, not professional at this at all, but in some cases you feel professional when you see it come to life and you're like, oh wow, I did that. just kind of going over a couple of spots here that needed a bit more love, a bit more TLC. Thanks, Mark. I try, you know. Gotta try. Yes, unprofessionally professional. It means I have a professional attitude towards it, but it doesn't look like a professional job. Again, I'm no Bob Ross, but it's kind of like if someone was to say, you can't mess up with plaster cloth. It's so easy. I'm like, hold my cat. I'm gonna show you how much I can mess up even just with plaster cloth. Hold my poodle. Yeah, there's a lot here that needs to be like filled in. I'm trying to like it'll get filled in with plaster, like actual plaster as opposed to the cloth. But I feel like the more I can fill in with the cloth, the less that needs to be filled in with actual plaster. Makes sense, right? It's like doing less work. Also, what will look really nice is the lights. I've got lights on the other side here, and it'll light this whole thing up. It'll make it look real nice. But the lights aren't on right now because they're not. I don't know. Didn't think about it at the time. But now I'm like, should I put on the lights? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No. Is it back? Is it back? Hopefully it's back. Really sorry about that. I saw it just spinning on my computer there, and I'm like, uh-oh. I have no idea why I'm still having issues. It's probably with the Wi-Fi, because it's coming from my phone right now. The video is from my phone. So just in case I didn't get to, or didn't come through, big thanks to Boulder Creek for the, is that a super sticker or super chat? I don't know the difference. But thank you. Yes, I'll be needing medical supplies, probably more plaster cloth. So I'm just kind of working on the tunnel area now. I should really get back into that back section there and do all that, but there's more tedious stuff up here that needs to be done, I think, and frankly seems more interesting to me. So I'm going to do right around here. There we go. Yeah, no, it's probably my Wi-Fi. I'd like to thank the good people of Rogers for giving me garbage internet. That's okay sometimes. Usually, what I do is I have my computer, and the computer is hardwired to the modem directly. But I thought for something like this here, where I wanted like better picture quality, I wanted to do it live, but do it from like use my phone as the camera. But the camera goes through the Wi-Fi, so that's automatically yeah. But yeah, the Wi-Fi is instantly where my issue is, and I'm running out of water now. Ugh, this happens. It happens. It sucks when it happens, but it happens. Thought I had enough water. Mind you, I did a huge section, so who knows? I'm really digging all the support from the community and everyone. I always get some really nice comments and compliments on videos and whatnot, and I often watch a lot of people's lives as well, and everybody is just awesome. So I just want to let everybody know that this really is an amazing hobby, and I really hope that if you were considering starting in this hobby, then definitely you're making an excellent choice, because even if you're not great, there's tons of resources on even just YouTube alone. A lot of amazing layouts, and we're all here to help each other out and have a good time. So yep, internet is becoming a huge necessity. And there's lots of people that still have dial-up, believe it or not. I don't like to believe it, but it is true. Do you find that it takes a long time for you to upload videos and whatnot? Because I mean, that's another thing that also deters people from doing lives and uploading videos and whatnot. If it takes a long time for it to do all that, like I had a heck of a time when I first started. It would take, I want to say, at least 9 hours to upload a or 15 to 20 minute long video, and then I got so accustomed to cutting them down to like 10 minutes. It seems that people appreciate the 10-minute videos more anyways than like 40-minute videos, except in a case like this where I'm doing it live, so it's like it could go on for any length of time, really. I think the longest I did was well, not counting the virtual train show, but a live, like where I'm working on the layout, 3 hours. Ugh. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, 35 on the up. I mean, 45 minutes or so, probably, is what it might take, depending on, like, if it's a high definition clip. Like, when I first started uploading videos, I only had 5 megabytes down and 1 up. So, it was taking a while. I would do it on my phone. I would go to work, connect to the Wi-Fi at work, and the video would be downloaded, or uploaded, I guess you could say, in like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And that's how I was literally doing it for a while. So I'd edit it at home, I'd get to work, and then I would set up the download, and then I would get to work. But I couldn't do lives or anything like that until I got to my last house, which even that house, like, the internet was not great. It was not ideal. Well, that's not bad. 15 minutes, yeah. Were you just doing like standard, like high, or not standard definition, but high definition clips? Oh, 4K. Wow. This is supposed to be, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 4K right now, but usually it takes about at least 25 megabytes per second on the download or upload, well, download to watch 4K. So I'm pretty sure it's just as much to upload it. I really need more water. Give me a second, guys. I gotta get some more water here. And I'm back. Okay. Normally I film my clips in 4K because, like, I use my phone as my camera, so I'm able to do that at least. But I'm not sure what it does when it goes live like this. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 4K. I know that quality right there, like if it's what I'm seeing right here, it's not that good of a picture quality right now. Ugh. The odd thing is I don't think anybody's home, so it went quiet. So I have no idea if anybody else is using the internet right now. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I don't normally export it because I do the filming and the editing right on my phone, and then it allows me to just upload it right then and there after it's done being edited. I don't normally get too much into the whole process of it because I don't I don't normally focus on that stuff. I mean, it'd be nice to add a bit more quality to or production quality to my stuff. Oh, I use iMovie because that I mean I can download that onto my phone. It's straightforward as far as user friendly. That's just what I use. Yeah, iMovie, and you can use that on a Mac or tablet, cell phone. I'm sure there's better ones, but yeah, when it comes to like video production, not too like I made videos when I was younger. Uh, that was when I was more into using just Windows-based computers, and that was also back when I used FireWires to transfer data from my camcorder to my laptop. So FireWire. I'm probably doing a section now that you guys can't even see. I'll come back and I'll do that other section there in a second. I just want to. I might even be able to do all of the stuff here that I actually got prepped. I thought I would come up short here, but I might be able to do all of it. Because I'm already done all this, and I'm right about here. It goes a bit this way, and then come back and I'll do all back there. Problem is that the plaster I'm using right now isn't as good, so I'm very leery about using it on such a big section like that. Although having it near the back isn't terrible, because then you probably might. I mean, we shouldn't be able to notice that it's plaster cloth, anyways, but. Oh wow, yeah, no, I had no idea that they'd give you the discount after canceling it a couple times. That's neat. I can't even remember like um, the the video editing software that I used to use when I used PC, because I'm gonna tell you it was well over. It was at least 20 years ago. So, and because I can't even remember last week, good luck remembering 20 years ago, right? So. So I'm filling in sections here right at the front here. There's this rock wall, and then there's a rock wall that goes off this way as well. I'm just kind of filling in the front there between the fascia and the rock wall so that it looks like all one scene. I'm really happy to be able to use these rocks still on here because they're really nice. It was really nice of Brian to make those for me. That's Brian from Inked Rails. And if anybody else needs rocks, I'm pretty sure he still makes them for people. So you can always reach out to him. Inked Rails on YouTube. I appreciate that. Still have to use regular plaster to kind of fill it in places to make it look more like that is supposed to be there. I mean, if we think about it, when you're adding rocks to your layout, you're basically taking an empty space anyways, putting rocks in, and then filling in around it. All mine was rocks attached to pieces of foam that are propped up, and then I placed it, and then I still added the surrounding to it. So really, if anything ever happened with this layout, hopefully not, but if I ever had to move, I can just cut those out of there and reuse them again and again and again. I mean, there might be a point where I'm just like, whatever. But at least I know that it's an option. Hey Charles, how's it going? Hey Calvin. Been working on this entire area here. Just doing all the plaster cloth, blending in the scene and whatnot. I'm slowly making my way back this way now with the plaster cloth. I don't think I have a lot left, but I'm going to try to make it work. I will try. And then I think I've got little pieces of rock somewhere, probably in like a bin or something. That because from when I got rocks from Brian, he gave me a bunch of extra ones as well, just to kind of use in certain places. So when I go to do my my plaster, I'll be able to blend those in little areas as well. Oh, that's a good question because I did that on another part. So when it becomes hard like this, it is kind of tough to, there's nothing under there supporting it. But I do all the ground cover and all that before I put in my trees. The trees are like the last thing. I use the star drill bit, the thing that looks like, well, it goes into the screw that looks like a T. I think it's a Phillips. I might be wrong. Phillips. And I go down, I drill a little bit, just a little bit, or you can even use an actual drill bit. Just a little bit smaller than the actual trunk of the tree. And I put easy tack on the end of the tree because that really holds and it sets quick. So I put some easy tack on the tree and I hold it for 5 minutes or so, so that it goes clear. And then once it becomes clear, it's super tacky. So then I just put it in just a little bit, and it's because it's snug, it holds it there. And if I need to prop it with something, I'll prop it. But it actually stands up and it works really well. Does who have a site? For he, are you referring to Brian that makes my rocks? If you are, he doesn't have a website. He's just on YouTube, just like myself. And his screen name is Inked Rails. And he runs a lot of trains, like HO scale and stuff. I actually helped him out with his layout when he was building it. And yeah, he has a whole bunch of rock molds, and he has different types of rock molds. So like bedrock, blast rock. Yeah, he's been posting more videos lately. But yeah, and he's in the Toronto area. So I was always down there in the Toronto area. So I just told him I'd swing by and pick up the rocks and whatnot. And I helped him with his layout at one point, just to kind of help him speed up the process of getting going. Yeah, if you don't already follow him, you should. And then obviously if you need rocks or whatever, just reach out and message him, and I'm sure that he'd be more than happy to. Now they do come as like a plaster rock. These are all painted and whatnot already. Probably gonna have to repaint them again anyways. But I usually use like the 3 colors, the black ink, something oak, something. I can't remember for the life of me. Too focused. I'm overly focused on plaster cloth. I can't remember my colors. Burnt umber. Yeah, burnt umber. That's one of the colors. Black ink, burnt umber ink, and yellow ochre, I believe. I want to say it's yellow ochre. Ouch, my memory. It hurts. Coming down to the wire here, guys. I think I've got like 1 or 2 pieces left. And just like in typical style, I ran out before I could finish. So that means I'll probably... It probably means that I will have to order some online then. Boo. Well, I've got a lot more to go still anyways, so it'll be worth it. Now, is there any other spaces here that need more? I don't think so. I think most of this is good. It's just that area there. Okay. At least I'll be able to do all this, paint it all brown and whatnot when this dries. And I'll keep busy that way until I get more plaster cloth in. Whew. Well, yeah, that's all the plaster cloth I've got. I got pretty far. Got a lot of it done. Got most of it done. A lot of the stuff that I needed to or really wanted to get done, which is all the stuff back in here and right and around here. You know, it's all good. Pretty happy with it. Yeah. And then I'll be able to color it and ballast it and getting there. It's taking like forever. Probably have to clean all this off of here. What a mess. Yeah, it's quite time consuming and tiring, you know, to do a lot of it and whatnot. And now it's all touch up time and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to let it all dry, and then I'll be able to do the plaster on it, and then paint away. But at least I'll be able to do the fascia as well. Get the fascia painted. My wife usually does that actually. She's pretty good at it, and it's not streaky or anything. So normally she does that for me. Pretty good at it. Should be good. So I mean, if you didn't see my last layout, I was doing a black fascia, and my cat is asking for attention now. I do a black fascia, and then I have it's like a burgundy skirt. Part of my layout already has the skirt on it over by my helix, because that's ready to paint. I just haven't had a chance to get my wife to paint it yet. And also there's a section over there that I have to do some plaster cloth on right at the front, so I'm just kind of waiting to do that as well. But other than that, yeah, that's good. It's all, I just got to do a little section in there, and then I'm done plastering this entire corner. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd pet my cat right now, but like I've got plastery hands, so I gotta go wash my hands. I'm wondering if I can at least wash a finger so that I can stop the stream here. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Let's see if there's any comments or questions. I haven't seen your last layout first. Oh, well, welcome. Calvin, I normally do Canadian style layout. I run Canadian National, Ontario Northland, Via Rail, and Go Transit. My layout is 3 levels high, and I've just started building my second level, and I've got lots more to go. If you like what you saw today and you want to see more, and you want to see layout updates, progression, and whatnot, I've got tons more to do. So there's definitely going to be lots of content there. Follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I don't normally tell people to sub, but if it's something that you're interested in and you want to watch, then definitely follow along with that. Yeah, lots to do, lots to do. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining me today, watching me do this plaster cloth. I know it's probably as fun as watching paint dry, but you know, got lots done, and I appreciate everybody's support along the way. And like I said, I've got lots more videos to do. I'm sure we'll be doing more lives. You guys you're gonna want to see a train roll through here, so hopefully soon. Everything has power, so I'll be able to do that. And I did a lot of work on my bridges, so the bridges are good to go in at any time. As soon as I'm done this section here, I'll put my track back and get all this ballasted and whatnot. So I'll be basically not really finalizing the scene, but you know, it's basically I'll be able to run trains through here no problem until I do my little tweaks around the layout. I'm just really excited to get my second level done so that I can continue the track down and then back and then go up the helix again and get the top level done, because the way that my main line goes, it's not point to point. Right now it's point to point, but I do a full loop of my entire layout. I can do a full loop, and I would need all 3 levels to complete that full loop. So I'm gonna have to get that work done to be able to run trains all the way around the layout. Watching plaster cloth dry is way funner than watching paint dry. I totally agree, because if you look at it hard enough, you can actually see it drying. Unlike paint, you're like, I don't know, gloss, semi-gloss, matte. It's all boring. But no, I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you so much for watching. Soon, real soon. Oh, and don't forget, tomorrow night, Chris W. We're going over to his channel. He's doing Third Rail Thursdays for us, and we're gonna have a good time. Feel free to join us, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Eastern time. So, Toronto area time. And yeah, we'll see you there. Ugh.